share with all of you. And because of a time limit, we are going to go directly to the volunteer from US. What he's going to share is Bodhisattva in the world. And the guide reading is usually arranged by Sister Sheryu. We don't know exactly when the date he's going to make his presentations. And Brother Fan Zhenzong says you are going to meet me probably every single week this month. So every month, our brother Fan Zhenzong will be online or be through the Cassie phrase to meet us online. He is a dentist, and this is the very first time for him to guide reading for us. And even though he is in US, he's still going to guide reading with us today. And I'd like to be with you because you have positive energies. Hello, Shengzong. And also, you can start your presentation. Okay, we might have to adjust his PowerPoint. And he might need a little time to fix that. And our guide reading team is very excellent. Okay, your presentation. Okay, now it's fixed now. So you can start your presentation now. What he wants to share is the Bodhisattva in the world. So Venerable Master and the Master from abode. I am a volunteer from US, from Shengzong, and my Dharma name is Chen Yang. And what I want to guide reading is Master's Footprints, the Summer Valence, the Bodhisattvas in the world. On the May 29th, lots of people sent back the footage of the Buddha bathing in the world. And Master expressed her great attitudes about the volunteers' work in a boat to dedicate it in the Buddha bathing ceremonies. And even they are in overseas, they still carry on Tzu Chi's missions. And looking toward the Africa countries, the Master expressed gratitude to the volunteers. They have spread the Dharma water in this dry land, cultivate with patience and love. And at first, they went to South Africa for the business, starting there gradually to expand to the model country in Africa. But South Africa once implemented apartheid policies, and many conflicts between black and whites caused social unrest. So Taiwanese businessmen, feeling the danger and considering to close their business and returning to Taiwan. But however, because of a few words from the master, so they decided to stay in Africa. Let's look at the footage. There's one early morning, he called me and said that he want to retreat from South Africa and move back to Taiwan. And I asked him why. And it turned out that he told me the situation there was very unstable and dangerous. And I told him, the karma will follow you wherever you go. So just firmly plant your feet locally and make dedication locally. And from that time, vocational training began. So we already formed a very solid relationship there. Some of them, they live a very difficult life. They're not wealthy, but yet they have set their aspirations. When South Africa, the society becomes stable, but the seeds of Tzu Chi have already been sown abundantly, and they were able to spread the Dharma's teaching across the borders.
看到了一些珍贵的历史画面啊。照人说，虽然经历了种族对立的动乱时期，他们也没有退缩，而是更加用心修订
Master
和
say
具体
even
地
they
佛法进行
experienced
的
the
反省，
turbulent times
用
of
爱与不
racial
对立的态
conflicts,
度做
but
好
they
成
did
长
not
板。
retreat, but
人与人之
instead
间和平
focused
相处，
even more
生命
diligently
和
on
利益
adding
的
the
双方
improving
也才能稳定发展。
the poverties. They
在
purified
莫桑
their
比克
minds
当
with
地人
Buddha's
中呢，政府
teaching
环境
and
困
soothed
难，
the wounds
也让
caused
新的
by
本
the
尊在旧
conflicts
法
of
与佛
the
的道场进行
racial
最后的结
conflicts.
缘。
And
这
they
样传教
overcome
道
all
义
the
在一佛浴佛
difficulties.
日，让佛
Also,
教
the
在
lack of
本
the
地生活。
resources,
人
they
当
still
家中
decorate the
有佛
Buddha
自己
bathing
的自律
ashram
的
in a
习
very
俗。
solemn
让我
manners.
们再看一
With
下
the
有
same devotion, the
来自
Buddha
南极
bathing
非洲
days
的
in
一
the
位老
Soho,
天
people turn themselves from a taker to a giver. Everyone gathered bamboo tubes at home to make donation to help the others. Let's watch another footage from the Da'ai TV. So in Lesotho, where more than half of the population make less than $1 a day, and the city volunteer can donate their self, and even with very small contribution, they would donate it ungreedily, even though they don't really have much, but they are already enriched in their spiritual wealth. So under the blazing sun without paved road, Sergio volunteer in Mozambique, they planted the Buddha bathing site. They decorate the Buddha bathing platform with a simple wildflower, and a leaf that pick up from the farms. Even they don't have much, but their hearts are rich in everything. They can draw circles on the grounds. Actually, the word is their practice grounds. With in a foreign language and with the adapted melodies, what remain the same in the hearts
或这样
that
的画
can
面可以感受到
illuminate the
虔
path
诚
of the humanities.
画地为
When
主角
everyone
这
unites,
朵
the
花
power
展
of
现
love
了
can
内在的
spread
改变。
across
一
the
切看似这么
road.
简单，但
Through
是
the
就可以被付
spinach,
出
we can
无
feel
偿
that the
的一笔
locals'
财。
devoutness
不
and
同的国家里
dedication
让不同
just
宗教
drawing the
信仰
circle
对
on the
水神
ground
佛
as a
陀
place of
传达着
worship.
来中
You
的
see the
精神。
simple wildflower
照
and
人
leaves
说，
gathered
莫
from the
桑比克
farms,
自己有长期以
everything
来的信仰，
humbly
慈济的法
and
虽然不
creating
一
the
样，但
dignified
相辅相
Buddha
成。
bathing
护国居
platforms.
公也没有改变信仰，而是加
Master
强
said
真
the
实。
people of
慈济
Mozambique
更
have
加
their own
其中丰
long-standing
富
belief,
包容
while
多样。
Tzu teaching
心灵
come
道
from
场的
Buddhism,
庄
but
严让
however,
人
it
让人
doesn't
看了很难得。
restrain them. The
而
Mozambique
且许
volunteers
多
still
不仅
have
是实
their
质性
own
的宗教仪
beliefs,
式，更可以
and
是跨越
instead of
种
that,
族、
they
宗教
strengthen
的
the right
虔诚感。
mindfulness, right view,
而我
and
们为什么
positive
要来呢？
directions, with
让我们来听听
open-minded
上
to
人对于
embrace
佛无义
everything.
的开示。
And for the Buddha bathing ceremony, it's not just a ritual in form. It can also be a devoted experience that transcends the races and the religions. So why do we bath the Buddha? Let's watch this following footage. Master Dayan's teaching, the Buddha's birthday year after year, is a significant event for us. Without the Buddha appear in the world, how could the Buddha's teaching can be shared to everyone to purify the humanities? Therefore, with the heart of respect and devotion, we bless the Buddha. We bless the Buddha in our mind.
人间不离佛法，
The Buddha's teaching is inseparable from the world. We should earnestly accept the teaching of Buddha with a devout heart, and may everyone can daily best the Buddha, besting the Buddha within their own hearts. As everyone all has a Buddha nature within their hearts, everyone should best the Buddha in their minds and to purify it and keep it pure and radiant. So we must believe that the power of devotion and the power of devotion relies on the crowd. If it's only rely on one person, the result is very limited. That's why she emphasizing in the recruitment of the human bodhisattvas. However, the recruitment cannot rely on just prayer for the crowd to appear suddenly. It must accumulate over time through our daily efforts. The dignified image of the Buddha bathing teams also comes from the long-term cultivation, not simple fun up momentarily. So all the bits and pieces that everyone achieves, sees, and experiences are the Dharma waters of wisdom. May everyone daily best the Buddha through the movement in every gesture, constantly reminding ourselves to wash away the ignorance and habitual tendency in our minds. And also this image of a goodness from all over the world. I urge people can praise each other and encourage each other and to spread love among the world. And in this era of turmoil and climate change, it is a collective karma of all central beings. And the tug of war between the good and evil, and how do we purify humans' hearts? Therefore, we must gather goodness in crowds, unite in spirits, and enhance our strengths through the propagation of the Dharma via technologies. So, so let's give him a big hands because we stay together and perseverance, and then we can all soon to encounter the better version of ourselves. So during his presentation, we might encounter some difficulty in presenting his PowerPoints, and we get a feedback from our online study groups. Brother Shengzong is very talented. He can be a guy reading. He's also the doctor. He's also the volunteer. He's performing a multi-task in the same times. I really admire his talents. I was asking him that what is actually how many things that you shoulders, and I really admire his ability to shoulder all these responsibilities. And somebody says that he's a guy reading his voice sounds like a reporter, like a professional reporter. At the same time, and his guide reading is very fluent and also being the host of us online study groups, and he make the very good presentations and make the Buddhas in our practice the Buddha's teaching in our daily lives and step into Tzu Ji. Tzu Ji is not by just not just talking, but we put everything in actions. And we're brave to shoulder the responsibility and admire his presentations. And Shengzong has many things for us to talk about. And for the first time, when he want to return to in Kaohsiung, but at the last winter, but he encountered a big conflict at the airport, so his plane was delayed for many hours. For he probably can catch up for the next flight, but he just couldn't make it. And he had two choices. He can choose to give up but he still decided since decided he wanted to come, so he booked another flight to come over all the way to Taiwan and come to Kaohsiung to the audience. I knew this story by the good effect that he wrote. Thanks to him for his wonderful presentations.
海外家人莅临主场，这一位年轻的妹妹，她是不是我们团队祝福未来是妈妈今天来陪伴？妈妈是
Okay, there's another we have a new partner here. Mom is a professor in a college in the Americas.
那今天呢，站在这边的，我们稍微介绍一下哈。
Okay, so standing right here, and we have a lot of wonderful volunteer, right? And they bring a lot of family members coming up with us, right? And this is the Yilan's mom, and she's a professor in the university. And next to Li Pi is like her sister, and they both live in Kaohsiung. And my sister's name is also Mei Yun. Okay, so we have the same name. And so, are you during your summer vacation so that you can come over? No, she said, right, I'm already retired, right? Okay. And take a look at her. Come on, she said that she's retired, right? Okay. So, do you think this is a good place for us, right? And later on, maybe you can just listen to her sharing, right? And we have a Li Ping right here. We have a kind of a great affinity, and it is in the United States here, okay? And they really get to know Tzu Ji when they're in the United States, right? Okay. And therefore, she's here and only for 2 months, right? And she says that Tzu Ji is a great place, and since you are retired, so you have to get involved in Tzu Ji because this is kind of a good space right here, right? And this is why we can see their entire family, including the sister, including Elan's mom, right? And they don't read Chinese, right? And they speak English, right? And they want to be, and the Elan says that she want to be a doctor in the future, and whatever she can say, is whatever she can speak is Chinese, but she can read Chinese, and let's have some sharings from Elan. Ladies and gentlemen, good day. I'm Elan, and I just graduated in University of Minnesota, and I don't speak Chinese, right? So I write down whatever I want to share in Chinese here. And now I'm applying for my job in a medical school. And now I'm I want to be an assistant to a teacher in the US, right? And thanks to Mei Yun's great environment here so that I can come over to be the volunteer. And I also want to say thank you to Grace Xue because she guided me coming here to just serve as a volunteer here, right? Okay. And if I want to study in the US, right, and I have to prove that, okay, I have a kind of enthusiasm, okay, toward the medicine, toward the medical schools, and I have to also show them, prove to them that I respect life a lot, right? And all of that it is really, really important, I know. And I also serve in the US as kind of a volunteer in medical schools, right? And during summer vacation, I have a chance coming over here, and I witness a lot of selfless love, which broadened my eyesight being a volunteer, and they are really helpful in my future. Okay, in my medical career, and I also had a chance to serve as a volunteer in a Catholics, but I strongly feel that Tzu Chi really have a special thing, which is humanity in the world. And I am a vegetarian. And why do I choose to be a vegetarian? Because I'm sure it is also a way to show the respect toward the lives, right? Okay, and this is really really special and different from medical schools in the U.S., right? Okay, and in America, I also see that the people really care about others' health and the beauty and the love, etc., which all makes me feel warm. And this is okay my purpose pursuing my career as like a doctor in the U.S., right? And in the United States, I think, I am already brave enough, right? Because of both of you. Thank you. Thank you for listening to my sharing. And let's take a look at Elan's picture. And it was the first time, and she was here. And yes, you can see in the picture. And Grace just like took Elan to the interpretation room and take a look. And Elan was only absent once, right? Because he was in a like a very kind of a sick way, right? And Elan is really a hardworking young lady. And once that she came over to our interpretation room pretty early, and she also asked us like whether like she could do anything for us, right? And helping out, right? And so I am sure that she is an enthusiastic person. She doesn't read Chinese, but she's very much willing to learn. Okay, and the script that she like sent me, okay, according to the script, right? And I'm sure that she just like did her script in English and translated it in Chinese, right? And she doesn't read Chinese, right? But how can she just speak Chinese so fluently, right? And see, right? And then she uses the pinyin, right? Okay, so that she could just speak Chinese so fluently. And well, I am so amazed, right? Okay, right? And this is really awesome, right? Okay. I could not friend her anymore because I have already like 5,000 friends in my line, right? Okay. And anyway, and we have like a AI and we have like a good translation like skills, right? Okay. And this is why, okay, she can just speak Chinese so fluently to us, right? Okay. And this is like a proof that if you can just do something, or if you really want to do something, then you would just make it, right? Okay. And it is amazing that, okay, I really can hear like when I really can hear she like speaking Chinese, and I feel so astonished, right? Amazing, right? Oh, okay, come on, you can also read Chinese. So when I get like her notes right here, and oh my God, I realize it's all pinyin, right? And she just did this note, and it took her like 1 hour. Okay, uh, you know I think this is a kind of a wonderful thing that, and so Xinho, you have to just take a picture of this note, right? Okay. And I think this is a kind of a wonderful sources, right? Okay. And if you can come over and read her note, then you can see that there are no Chinese words in there. They're just all pinyin, which means they are all just letters right here, right? Okay. And here's a message saying that Su Meijin says that we are happy to have you here, and this is kind of great, right? Okay, yeah. And And here is a message from Guan Xinlin, and she's beautiful, and I like her smile, and she speaks great Chinese, and we can all understand her Chinese, right? See how amazing this is, right? And thanks to like Yilan's mom and Yiping, Meiyun, and all her good friends and family members, thank you very much, right? So wonderful, right? Okay, so next time when they come over, and please prepare your own friends. Come on